We're back in the Eco Lair, and today we're going to talk about a few painfully adorable guests, the ultra cute, but not always cuddly, African pygmy hedgehog. What's going on, nature freaks?
What's up?
Dave and Jeremy here. We are back in the Eco Lair, and we are excited to talk to you about the hedgehog and the cactus.
That's right, we're going to go over the pros and the cons of keeping either one of these as a pet, the pet hedgehog or the pet cactus. Everything you need to know before you run out and acquire one of these, how long they're going to live, how big they're going to get, general maintenance, basic stuff.
Let's talk about the hedgehog first. Now, we're going to concentrate on the domesticated species. Hedgehogs, there's 17 different species. They're native to Africa, Europe, and Asia. And I'll tell you what, they are super cute. They are the most adorable animals you will ever see. I don't know, is it even legal for a man to use the word adorable?
I think it's completely legal. Yeah, maybe totes adorbs.
Totes adorbs, I love it.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, so in the wild, they are mainly insectivores. So they eat bugs primarily. Now they are opportunistic feeders, so they will go after fruit, not that they need to chase it. Also small mammals, eggs, lizards. Now they're called hedgehogs because they can be found around hedges and they go after bugs. That's where the bugs are found. So you don't want to buy one of these though, toss it in the garden and be like, clear out the aphids. That's not why you're getting them. That's right.
Yep. And they can find that food easily. They have this cute little proboscis, their little nose. It's really long, very awesome sense of smell. They just kind of use that to root up for insects and some of those other foods that Jeremy was talking about.
So I think we need to get the animals out. What do you think? Enough
That's
rambling?
Right. Enough rambling. Let's bring these guys out.
And crank up the cuteness.
Oh man, yours is relaxed.
I'm good over here.
Not so much.
That's right, so we got the hedgehogs out. One,
my
ready
gosh.
for the cameras. The other one,
Not so much?
not so much.
All right, listen, I want to talk a little bit about the pain of holding these sometimes. Now,
So we're going to start off with the con, Dave.
We're
Is that what
going to
do?
start out with the con. Now, if
Okay.
you look at Jeremy's hedgehog, it is completely relaxed, although now here, he's kind of coming out of his little shell here, no pun intended. But hedgehogs, they can control the spines or quills on their back. They actually have a muscle. There you go, much better. That's it's like somebody took a pin out of my hand. Anyway, as you can see, the needles on here are kind of standing straight up. They have a muscle in their back, and they can flex that muscle and cause these spines to kind of stand straight up, which means nothing's going to be able to pick them up. The predators aren't going to be able to grab them. When they're relaxed, those spines just kind of fold back. You can touch them. It feels more like holding a hamster as opposed to holding some kind of ball of needles.
All right, so a pro, like Dave was saying, adorable animals. All right, if you just look at this face, once you acquire one, it's love at first sight. You just get a little da-da-da-da-da. All right?
They are
Yeah, so
totally adorable.
very, very cute animals. Also, I mean, would you agree they're pretty unique pets compared to, I mean, obviously dog or cat, even a bird?
Yeah, that's right. Now, they are becoming more common in the pet trade, but yes, if you get a hedgehog, I guarantee you, you're going to be the only one on the block with one.
Yeah, so I mean, they make cool pets. So that is definitely a pro. The cuteness, the uniqueness of them. Now, we talked about the con of the spininess. What else? I don't know if you noticed, but somebody's dropping bombs over here.
I can notice, I can smell it from
Right?
here.
So there's poop on the table already.
Yep.
Now, with any mammal, you're going to get poo-poo. And with poop comes smells.
And with smells comes cleanup. So you're going to have to spend a considerable amount of time every week cleaning the bedding, cleaning the hedgehog. Now, you can give them baths. You can run them under, lukewarm water. You can get a little mild detergent to kind of rinse them off because sometimes they're going to walk in that stuff. But, if you clean once a week, you're not going to have any problems with the odor.
That's right. Now, another pro is they are small animals, so they stay very small. I mean,
Right. Not getting a Saint Bernard out of one of these. right?
no, definitely not.
A Saint Bernard
So,
with spines.
yeah, I
That
mean,
would
this
be
is
pretty
a
weird.
relative size here. I mean, up to 2 pounds. If for some reason you have a weight restriction, you can't lift more than 2 pounds, perfect pet.
That's right.
Also, they're short-lived. So they stay small, they don't live long. And 5 to 7 years, not that long.
Now, I'm going to give you another con.
Okay.
If you decide to get more than one hedgehog, you're probably not going to want to get a male and a female. These things are prolific breeders. They can have up to 4 in a litter. You might want to get 2 females. The males sometimes will kind of fight with each other. Females are a little bit more tolerant of each other. But if you do get a male and a female, expect babies. These things have very short gestation periods. They're literally the size of your thumb. They're that big. And it's interesting that how in the world, because they have spikes at birth, how does a female give birth to a pincushion, a reverse pincushion as I call it?
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. It's not until an hour after birth that the spikes actually come through the skin. So the female has a short period of time to give birth before those quills come up through the skin, cause a real problem coming through. So if you get 2, expect 3 or 4, because that's the average number in a litter that these things will have, 3 to 4 babies at a time.
Now, as far as the cuddly factor, on the bottom, super soft, very cuddly, just like a little hamster. The top, never soft. All right, now, right now, when they're relaxed, it feels like you're playing with a hairbrush, which I guess isn't that big of a deal. You know, I mean, most people use one every single day. You could comb your beard with it. You know, that's pretty nice. What else could you compare that to? You know,
as long as they're relaxed, yeah, they're fine. You can touch them. But when they're extended like that and the quills are up, I'm telling you, you can scrub the grout in your tile with these things.
Yeah, and you can't hear this, but it is not appreciating me petting it like this. He's letting off a little grunt, a little chuffing, a part of the hog in the hedgehog. So when I'm petting his back, which I'm going to stop doing, he's kind of going.
Oh man, listen.
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously,
here's what we're gonna do.
You know, not everyone's comfortable in front of the camera like we are, and no, I don't think I've ever pooped in front of the camera, so...
I don't know. I've smelled some pretty bad stuff coming from this guy on camera, but we won't talk about it.
You know what? Speaking of bad smells, that brings up a good point about the hedgehog. One of the weirdest things that the hedgehog does is they do a self-anointing. When they smell something that they don't like or it's a new smell to them, they will make this spit, this foamy saliva.
Totally weird.
And they rub it all over their bodies. Crazy.
Can you imagine?
What is that?
I don't know.
I've never smelled that before.
Me neither.
That's better.
Much better. All right, before we bring out that cactus, let's just recap some of the pros and cons of having a hedgehog. We already talked about their cuteness. That goes without saying. Look at that adorable face. And they're reluctant to bite, okay? And if you handle them a little bit, you're not going to get spiked by them.
Yeah, and they're also unique pets, so that's cool. You know, if you want to have something different. Short-lived, we talked about only 5 to 7 years. What else do we have here? Small size.
Quiet. They don't make a ton of noise other than that wheel that we were talking about. They don't produce any squeaks or squeals, and they're not going to bark at you.
The actual body does not produce any odor, and they're also considered hypoallergenic. They're not shedding dander like a dog or cat.
Now, some of the cons that we also should go over is obviously the spines. If you don't handle them a lot, it's very painful to pick them up, and you might not ever be able to pick them up because if they're not tame, you're going to kind of have an aggressive hedgehog in terms of those spikes that come out, right?
Right, you're just going to have a little spiky ball. Also, the poop smells terrible.
Ugh.
Hedgehog, not that much. The actual poop,
speaking from experience, right?
Yeah, it'll light up your whole house.
All day long on the table. They're costly, okay? It's kind of expensive to buy the food. You also have to buy the bedding. You have to buy the enclosure. If you have more than one, you got to get multiple enclosures. You got to get multiple heat pads, multiple light, because they do need heat.
Yeah, and you can't keep them together unless you have a couple females because of the babies. You could also get one from the pet store already pregnant because she was kept with a male. Booyah, you got babies.
Right, and lastly, you're going to need a pet sitter. If you go on vacation for a week with the family, you cannot leave. They're not like cats that are just going to kind of be independent. You're going to have somebody watch these things, not 24/7, but you're going to have somebody look at the water, food bowl, make sure everything's okay, make sure they're clean. And if you can do all that, these make great pets.
Yeah, 100% on the babysitter. Also, it's time for the cactus. So I think you guys need to hold on to your shorts. It's going to get wild.
Here we go. All right, so we talked about the hedgehog, gave you the pros and cons. maybe it's just not your speed. You like the spikes, but you don't want something as active. You want something a little bit more low maintenance. That's where the barrel cactus comes in.
Yeah, I mean, we totally get it. Maybe you don't want an animal that just sleeps all day and ignores you, and then it's out partying all night and pooping everywhere, leaving packages for you in the morning. So you want something that is just chill, will sit by the pool, absorb the sunlight with you, and let you just talk to it.
That's right. Speaking of good listeners, this is it. You could speak for hours, and this guy's going to listen to you all day long. He's not going to interrupt you. If you have something on your mind, I recommend talking to this guy.
All right, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, so I spent all this money, right? I get the privacy fence, still no privacy. Neighbors peeking through the cracks, their kids are like, hey, Mr. Tommy, all right, get out of here, all right? I'm trying to sit out here, no shoes, no shirt. I just want to relax. Leave me alone. I'm in my bubble. That's why I put the fence up. Why are you talking to me? You get it.
All right, so your cactus listening to you, definitely a positive. Not a positive, the spikes on the cactus. Unlike that hedgehog that can fold those quills back, making it comfortable for you to be able to grab, you are not grabbing onto this cactus. These are much sharper than the quills of the hedgehog, and if you grab this thing, you're just going to get impaled. So you always have to hold this thing by the base. You're not going to hold onto it by the spines.
And that could be an issue because they get 4 to 11 foot tall, depending on the species of cactus you have. And it's going to be really hard to carry that around. You're definitely not going to be able to snuggle with a 4 foot plus cactus.
No, definitely not. Now, also, they're quiet. That's a good thing. They're not going to make the noise. We explained about the wheel that they run on. So this thing, dead silent. But that could be a negative, too, because you're not really getting anything from this thing. It's kind of boring, just going to sit there all day. All right, the one thing you can do with the hedgehog that you definitely can't do with the cactus is snuggle. You're not going to bring this thing close to you and get all affectionate with it. It's not going to happen. Too sharp, too dangerous.
That's right. If you want to try that with the cactus, want to get affectionate with the cactus, proceed with caution.
Who loves you? Who loves you? Daddy loves you. How about a kiss?
Oh! All right, so we've seen several pros of having a pet cactus, but one more con is the longevity, how long they live. They can live over 100 years, and you're not gonna live that long, all right? The cactus is gonna outlive you, and I guess what could be a positive is you could pass them on through generations. That's kind of cool.
It is cool, and you know what? Despite that longevity, no babies. Cactuses are not reproducing. And also, there's no medical requirements, no vet care.
Yeah, hi, my name is Gunther, and I purchased a cactus over there about 2 weeks ago or so. And no, I'm not looking to return it. It's just that the cactus doesn't seem to be acting normally. It was much more active last week, and quite frankly, it's looking a little peaked. Just wondering if you know of a cactus doctor in the area. No, I'm not on any medication. Why?
All right, so there you have it. We just gave you the pros and the cons to owning a hedgehog and a cactus.
That's right, and now the hedgehogs are down here. They're chowing down on some food. We're gonna get you in there and let you stare at their adorable faces for a couple minutes.
Enjoy. All right, now that you're better informed, we hope we've made it easier for you to make a decision on what makes a better pet, the hedgehog or the cactus.
That's right, so you've seen we got the cute cuddly hedgehog, and then we got the super chill cactus. Now it's up to you to decide what kind of person you are.
Now, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell. We have a lot of new and exciting videos that we're going to be putting out later on in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned.
That's right. And if you do have a pet hedgehog, let us know in the comments. Start a conversation about your cute little adorable pets. Tell us their names. If you have a normal or an albino, they're out there for sure. Or if you have a pet cactus, let's not exclude them.
Nope.
Let us know about your pet cactus, what kind of cactus you keep. We love succulents. So let's just get in the comments and rock and roll.
Peace out.
When the Cutest of